Aries, hi, welcome to my channel. So today we have a reading for you, no particular subject. We're just going to take an energy, something we know, something we don't know, recent past advice and potential outcome. At the end there will be an opportunity for an extended where we'll dive in deeper. You can watch this for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mars, Mercury, North Node or Vertex, we'll throw that in there. Or if any of those planets are currently transiting your first house, this could be for you. Thank you however you support the channel, very much appreciated. All information's in the description box. Cross watchers, you're more than welcome. Private reads are available and there is a current offer on just to fill the diary for July, so I know where I'm at and what I can do. So I'll add that code to the link below. There's no, until it runs out, there's not many left, so first come, first served. Okay, Aries, what's going on? What is going on? I almost feel like it feels like there's a rushed energy, but what's needed is quite the opposite. So don't be surprised if you're forced to slow down in some format here. Saturn and Neptune's already gone retrograde in your sign, very recent, yesterday. Yeah. And Saturn goes retrograde on Saturday, Sunday? This weekend. So like it's like revising plans, but it's weird the way I was looking at it. It's like, you know, especially Neptune moving into your sign, anything illusions is burnt by fire. You guys are fire, you're the god of war, burning illusions, truths coming to the surface, seeing through the facade. And now it's like there's this almost like giving you a break, but it requires water. It requires the taming of the fire. It requires, you know, this could be water fasting. This could be like, you know, autophagy, the Ouroboros, the snake eating its tail. But autophagy, what our body goes into when we go into fasting, into ketosis, is where it starts eating itself. But it's a very intelligent system, so it starts eating the necrotic, shall we say. So let's do one more. Aries, what is going on? We have the Two of Swords. You feel stuck. You've hit that point of indecision. All this, look at the swirling wind around her. And again, it's like there's this urgency, and all of a sudden, it's like you knew what you needed to do, and all of a sudden now you've been blindfolded. Or it could be representing the blindfolds coming off, because that's the thing about you know, burning away the illusions. If we think esoterically, you know, how do we get rid of hexes? We burn it. You know, we can burn it away. We burn the spell, and that's what's happening in a lot of areas. And I kind of feel like you're in that process of your eyes have been covered, and now you're going to be given new eyes. It's like upgrading your eyes, and you get to see truth. What do we know? What don't we know? Recent past. Advice. And potential outcome. Okay. Okay, there's a dark night coming. Son of Swords. Now, this doesn't have to be for you personally. It could be people in your environment. You're seeing clearly, very clearly, or you will be. You've been given fresh eyes. What you don't realise is you've been walking around in darkness. And I say this completely metaphorically. What we're not aware of, I'm jumping ahead, is Nine of Pentacles. Nine of Pentacles is 2025. It's the year of purification. It's the year of the snake shedding the skin, the Ouroboros. And there's just something here about recognising what you need to do right now. Now, I don't know where you are in terms of your spiritual growth All I know is they're showing me a pattern here, which ultimately leads to something wonderful. However, I get the impression what we're aware of is the moon. Now, the moon is the element of silver. It is the dark. It's the feminine. You guys are naturally masculine. You're the emperor in the spread. You're the sacred masculine in general, regardless of gender. Now, there's something here that represents, if you've gone through dark nights, then this is happening to people around you. If you haven't, if you've jumped into a path and you've just kind of seen the sun, you're going to have to see the moon. And that makes it complete. It makes it complete, then you go back to the sun. Recent past is the Four of Cups. Four of Cups is the moon in Cancer. The High Priestess meets the Chariot. It's a card of apathy, feeling like, you know, something's never enough. All these things have been offered, but you've turned your back to it. Now, again, this could be, you know, pursuing a goal and still not feeling fulfilled. You know, throwing things out left, right and centre and stop not feeling fulfilled. And there's a situation here, it's like it's time for darkness, or it's, like I said, whichever way this round is, it's time for you to see, you know, true sort of dark. I don't want this to sound like it's a doom thing, it's not, because the brightness comes back immediately afterwards. But this is, you know, you can't be in the light without knowing the dark, plain and simple. Your advice is death. Now, death is the ability to transform things. This light in the distance here shows all these flowers. Now, behind him, the darkness, there's no flowers. Those of you that are just as geeky as I am, this kind of reminds me of Doctor Strange 2, the Multiverse of Madness. And he's talking to Scarlet Witch, and they're walking through, and it's all beautiful meadows, it's all wonderful. And then she slips up in her words about, obviously, the storyline, and he stops all of a sudden. And she realises she slips up, and he's like, you can drop the act. And then all of a sudden, the spell that she put over the place turned from the beautiful orchard in the front with the flowers into darkness and fire and brimstone. And it was just like, with Neptune moving into your sign, you've set the fire. So now you're seeing reality for what it is, or you're seeing illusions break. This doesn't have to lead to a dark night, but what it's doing is showing you real. It's actually showing you real. It's like the song, you know, real eyes, real lies, real lies. Yeah, and this is what is happening to you, which is true. I mean, I find it in my life. Where I am now, I people watch because I'm a nosy bugger, and it's like a conveyor belt. They're all dressed the same, they're all same tattoos in the same places. It's quite comical, and that's what you're being shown here. Now, if you are part of the spread that's you know, got the same tattoos and stuff like that, it's because of the awareness that happened at the time. You've gone into a path believing something, and that path is now emerging as to what the truth is. Your outcome is the Six of Swords. This is you heading back into true light, but true light can't be seen until after the darkness. And the moon has just flown away with the wind, and again, it feels the wind whipping through is quick. It's going to be quick. So whatever's going on here, you're being asked to trust a process. We've got, if we look at the moon flying over there with the death card, that's moon in Scorpio. Before we get to moon in Scorpio, we've got the moon in Libra. So if we look at this as a stretch for you, we're heading towards September, October, and we're looking at full moons in your 7th and your 8th house. So this is all your partnerships, all your dark, intimate aspects of life, death, sex, taxes, inheritances, all being reviewed. And then the Six of Swords is your outcome. I think is brilliant, because you just get to leave this darkness behind. And like I say, that wind whipped through quickly, and you get to see light. Again, I stress, this doesn't have to be about you going into a pit of darkness and dark night of the soul. it could be a shock to the system when you recognise things in your environment that you thought were a certain way are not. This could be people, places, situations, what we're taught, anything. You're being shone a lot of truth, and it's like you've had blinkers on, or you've had your blindfold on with this Two of Swords, and now it's been ripped apart, and now you're going, oh, and it's because Neptune is in your sign. You've burnt it, and now it's stepping back and you're seeing it with retrograde. It's like, oh, and you've got this for 14 years. Won't be that bad for 14 years, but it's going to show you truth, real truth that you can then move forward with. Okay? Interesting. Oh, perfect. You're breaking free. There's something that's going to break. This is you guys, the Emperor. It's with the Devil and the Page of Wands. Page of Wands can be a little bit of naivety, a little bit of mischievousness, but it's also that little spark of fire. It's the first spark of fire, then the Knight of Wands, then the Queen of Wands, then the King of Wands. It's the first spark of fire. So something is shifting here. It breaks you free from whatever chains. Invisible chains, belief systems. Again, it doesn't have to be dramatic as if it's, whole world breaking down. It's just showing you clearly what needs to be seen. I want to see where the Six of Cups is, because it's going to bring that sunshine in the background of the Six of Swords with the Death cards. It's the Sun in Scorpio. And it just gets stronger and stronger. The Six of Cups is with the Queen of Swords and the Knight of Wands. So this is that getting stronger and stronger. That page turns into the Knight, and you get stronger with your boundaries. This is Queen of Swords. This could be like, when you really love a place, and then you go, and then you leave, and then you come back to it, and it's not the same again. It's like that. It's like something is being awakened into your eyes. And again, like I say, the moon is a card of lies, illusions, deceit, real eyes, realize, real lies. Interesting. So a breakthrough is coming. All I would say is don't fight it. Believe what you're shown, because it's this is the true reality. So if people are showing you the true colours, believe it. Okay? Part of the process of 2025. Let's cleanse. Let's get rid of it. Okay, in your extended, I'm going to grab the moon card and put it back, and then we'll just clarify on top of these, see if we can go a bit deeper. Okay, if you can join me, fantastic. If not, let me know if it resonates. Moon in Libra, Cancer, Pisces, Venus in Virgo, Moon in Cancer, Scorpio, Mercury in Aquarius, Saturn in Taurus, Saturn in Leo, Saturn with the world is Capricorn, Venus in Aquarius, Jupiter in Gemini, Capricorn, Aries. I mean, even the other side of you guys and the Devil is the Eight of Swords. This is something that's kept you trapped, and this is this crack of light that's showing you. So pay attention to anything that's happening in your environment that's going through some sort of changes, because you're being shown the truth. Interesting. Swords, cups, coins, wands, everyone's here. Those are your standouts. Let me know. Take care. See you soon. Bye.